So that's what we've prepared for you tonight. Hope you like it, and with that, I'm going to give it that. So thanks.
Okay, let's do it. In 1929, a young modernist, Alexander Gustav Jan Ruhtenberg, working in architectural office at Mies van der Rohe, met a young American touring Europe, Philip Johnson. He introduced Johnson to Mies in the Bauhaus, where Johnson acquired his first piece of European modern art. Mies put Jan in charge of redesigning Philip's New York apartment. In 1931, Jan's association with Mies terminated after Jan received a gold medal from the city of Berlin for his entry in the now very famous Berlin Building Exhibition in 1931. His apartment design received rave reviews and praise all over the world, solidifying his name among Mies, Willy Reich, Markelius, Alto, and others. Invited by Johnson to help redecorate the Museum of Modern Art for the Machine Art Show, Jan purchased a brownstone on East 93rd Street and wildly reinvented it in and out, removing garish cornices, enlarging windows, removing the second floor entry, and painting the brick facade. We don't know what color it was, but it would have greatly changed the appearance of the building. Jan met and married a beautiful socialite and mixed her old world antiques with his own modern designs and Mies's. The window to the left in the slide used to be the front door, the relocation of which dramatically enlarged the space. Rafts of Persian carpets dot the parquet floor as the two high styles commingle in the minimal rooms. Reaching into the future with a foot deep in the past, this modernism has nothing to do with the plastic chairs and orange cushions of the mid-century. Here we see the prototypes for the Barcelona chair, up in the top left, replete with original flat cushions and equestrian belts and buckles stretched over flat steel frames. The rest of the furniture, all by Ruhtenberg, was produced by Herman Miller in 1938 and featured in Life magazine and the House of Vistas at the 1939 World's Fair. This 1933 project from Mr. Simeon B. Chapin in Myrtle Beach shows the elements that Jan would use and refine throughout his career. Slender columns and horizontal planes, the inclusion of outdoor spaces into the building wherever possible, generous use of glass, all show a deep understanding of and strict adherence to the tenets of the model. Designed for a competition, this never-built house has caught the eye and won the hearts of a pair of newlyweds here in New York. The idea of building a home designed in the 1930s is quite a challenge, but presents many new opportunities. A planted green roof, solar power, a rainwater capture system, and other sustainable building technologies all seem very relevant to the spirit of such a project. In '39, Jan was enjoying success at the World's Fair in New York when he received a commission to build the L. Pomar Carriage Museum in Colorado Springs. A stirring, round, smooth, stucco and glass production held up by tall, thin steel lolly columns, long and low, of the land, and not simply on. The rear of the museum displays the bold, yet restrained facade. The simple geometry of the windows, paired with the trademark minimal structural system, is beautiful in its simple, rigid aesthetic, contrasted with the surrounding nature, and it was destroyed in 2000. Like the myth that old cars were all black, color slides of pre-World War II modernism show the deep, vibrant colors that were the hallmark of this early style. Nestled into the side of Cheyenne Mountain, this vacation home for a wealthy socialite cost a whopping $145,000 when new. Inside the house, raw silk Indian curtains dance with the color outside. Windows, the formal living room, provide a counterbalance. Tables behind the couch can be moved to provide benches and occasional tables for entertaining. Polished concrete floor, marble. Just makes Carmel seem like a shame. thin steel columns and sculptural concrete. It was a joy of our lives to build that house with A.G., Miss Donahue wrote. It's interesting to note the contrast of the smooth concrete walls and the structural smooth concrete at the bottom, and against the rough-hewn stone at the top. For his own house, Jan built a light and restrained nature observatory at the foot of a mountain. "Make the columns sin," he would tell his structural engineer in his thick German accent. Pumice block, stucco, concrete, glass, and steel milled from the same town that the building was made in. The rear of the house features 20-foot-high glass walls, razor-thin roof lines, multiple cornices, patios, and balconies, and as always, as little structure and unnecessary decoration as possible to let nature in. I lived in the house as a child, and I can confirm the adage, those who object to modernism never lived in it. Soon everyone in Colorado Springs wanted a Ruhtenberg. Small windows only causing horrible glare were replaced with plate glass vistas. Giant pitched roofs gave way to thin ones. Readily available in local materials, in concert with meticulous design, assembled by hand, usually with the clients. The exterior of the Hugo Fischer house is interesting. The high-style design is composed of common utilitarian building materials. Though the walls are of unadorned concrete block, they are well-proportioned and thoughtfully arranged. Beauty and design do not necessarily mean great expense. Again, the narrow planes and asymmetrical placement of windows and mullions appear. Jan also built a low-cost cooperative office building in Colorado Springs. The building looked like it wouldn't stand up to some skeptics. So we put a library, the heaviest room in architecture, on the top floor, right above his own office on the second. Simple and proud, the office was a true example of Le Corbusier's domino construction, allowing walls to be glass, high design at low cost, light, air, mountain view, something not common in our allegedly modern world. Jan was not timeless, however. He died penniless and clientless in 1976 in downtown Indianapolis. Unable to resort to the cheap cliches of mid-century modernism, he held his ground as professorships and projects drifted away. Today, as most modern-era buildings have been destroyed or altered, a family of 4 here in Indianapolis hopes to build one that never was. In this era of needed sustainable building and often amateur design, perhaps we should be looking towards an old architect. Thank you.